Well, actually, I'm going to give you a little update on this valve cam seal cover, cam seal change out in pieces, because, man, this thing was actually a little tougher to do. It is tougher to do than I thought. Maybe it's not going to be hard after this, but breaking these bolts loose, they said around there 65 foot-pounds. That's the, the torque. I'm like, 65 foot-pounds? I had this on here like that, and I'm like, bullshit. And the other thing is, I got the marks lined up. I left the belt on it. I figured that's a lot easier to do it that way, because I'm changing the belt anyway, even though it's almost brand new. And everything's all tension. So what kept the engine from turning over is I reinstalled the pulley down here with the impact, and then I stuck the half-inch drive wrench in here with the extension, and I stuck it in between this what the hell you call it, the lower A-frame, lower control arm, excuse me, so it can't go nowhere, right? So it's all locked in place. And I took this pipe on there like that, right? And I'm like really pressing on it. It definitely was on there, maybe it was put on 65 foot-pounds from the factory, but it was definitely like a really tight wheel well lug. I mean, it was way over 100 foot-pounds to take this damn thing off. So I got to do the back one now. It should be no problem now that I got the method down. But I just want to point that out, and I want to point out something else, because I had to go. I got to pick up another seal because of. I'll show you what I mean. Well, on the part. Yeah, that was the part. And well, what I was trying to say is, it says here, front seal set. Usually a set is plural, more than one. I guess you could being I was just a math major, set could be a set of one, right? I guess it could be that way. But normally, most people in English, they say set. That means you got more than one, right? The whole set. Well, and you look at this package, it looks like it's got two seals in it, because it's like long. You open it up, and here's a sealed bag. One seal. So I gotta go. And everything's gonna be closed on Easter and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, I'm not gonna be messing around with this that much, because holidays and stuff. But just want to warn you about that too. But to take that off, I just want to warn people, if you're actually, a DIY mechanic could do this, but, not going to be that simple, okay? I don't know. Well, it's, like I said, more than likely, this bolt has probably been on there since factory. And, even though it's torque 65 foot-pounds, I was really laying into it with this pipe on there. Like, it felt like it was double that. Easy. I was afraid of snapping something. I was like, shit, that breaks, it's going to suck. But it came out. I'm going to do the back one now. Once I got that, though, these sprockets will come off and all that shit. So, we'll go from there. I'm just going to throw a quick update on here about that, because that alone is something, that's a tip. Leave the belt on, leave everything installed. Take your air hammer or something, air hammer, impact socket, put the freaking bolt back in, put your half-inch drive on there, and then brace it up against the in between the suspension like that, so it doesn't go anywhere. Leave all your timing marks where they should be, even though you're not moving it, didn't loosen the belt or nothing. Then you should be able to break it loose. Ouch, man. This car is like a pain in the ass, man, to tell you the truth. If you had some room in here, I'd just put the impact. Nah, no room. Bob Eaton, you remember Bob? I got to tell you this story, man. I loved Chrysler most cars in the 70s, 60s, and 60s especially. 50s, DeSoto. I got to tell you a real quick story, but the CEO of a company can really screw it up. And this car is not too bad. It's just got some flaws in it, and I know what the flaws are, except besides being hard to work on. But you know, the guy that was the CEO for this damn car, this Chrysler around this time, was Bob Eaton. You know, they came out with this transmission. It was electronic and it was going to save all this money because it had less parts, and then they found out it was burning up transmission. That's why they came up with the AT4. They had a special fluid, and they're not that bad, you know. But the guy penny pinched, and if you want to know why really Chrysler started losing a lot of share of the market after Lee Iacocca left, it was that guy Bob Eaton, man. Even though he talked a freaking line like he was a hot rodder back in the day, man, and they're blowing up all these big freaking stories in the major financial articles about him being so great. He was a cost-cutting penny pincher. And you know what? Even though he talked the car line, it don't cut it. Because, you know, when you're a cost-cutting penny pincher corporate yo-yo, you screwed the company up. And the next guy did, too. I don't know what's going on today, but these cars ain't bad. Because, you know what? The roof comes down. You know, that's the only reason I got this thing, man. It's convertible. Yeah. Hey, convertibles forever, right? Yeah, I just popped the second one too. Same kind of ridiculous force, man. I'm like on a bar way the hell up here going, Arr! And I'm like, is this thing gonna break or something? And I'm like, let me keep trying it. And make sure your belt is on real tight when you're doing this, because you don't want it slipping a notch and then, you know, doing something weird. You know what I mean? Like hit valves, hitting pistons. Make sure your belt, like this belt is new. It's not cracked. It's not ready to freaking bust. So I was using the belt to kind of hold it in place with that thing down there on the pulley, crank pulley, you know, against the lower control arm. So if you don't have this really secure, you can maybe slip and have a valve hit a piston or something. Be careful with this damn thing, man. What a bitch. Holy shit. Anyway, damn, maybe 35 rat rod convertible, man. I'm beginning to think about that. You know, flathead V8 or something. Damn, it's getting to be crazy. But anyway, I don't really feel like working on this thing, but today, because it's around Easter and Good Friday and shit. But I just want to pass that tip on, because you could do it. You could do it. You could do it. Trust me, it's a bitch. All right. If you heard it first from me, maybe it's a bitch. It's a bitch. Believe me. Yeah, I want to say something else. Hey, you know, this engine actually is pretty good. This is the 2.5 Mitsubishi. I'm a fan of American everything, but, you know, grudgingly I admit, this Mitsubishi engine 2.5 is very, very reliable. It's a very good engine. And there's a couple little quirks with this car, but it's really pretty good. Otherwise, it's just very hard to work on in a lot of situations compared to most cars. But you know what they should have done? If this guy, Bob Eaton, was a real true blue American hot rodder, what they should have done, really, you know, in retrospect, and it would have saved money, it should have had a 225 slant 6 put in his bitch. It might not have fit too good. Well, it definitely would never have fit in a front wheel configuration. Screw front wheel, you know what I mean? Rear wheel drive, no front wheel drive, manual transmission, none of this TCM stuff or anything like that. And you know that 225 slant 6, I know a lot of people don't realize. Well, it's one of those ones almost like the Chevys, the 250s, you know, the old Chevy 250. All the straight 6s in America. The Fords in the 60s and the 70s, 50s. The Fords, the Chevys, you know, the Mopars. All those straight 6s were like durable as all hell. But you know, that slant 6 from Mopar, you could hop that thing up like crazy. Would you believe it? And you know, you just have like a nice big bubble in the hood up here, you know what I mean, for where it sticks out. I think it would fit somehow, or just make the stupid thing fit. Make the nose a freaking 6 inches longer. Screw it, you know. Put a big pointy nose on the front of this shit. You know, it looked cool. I don't know why they didn't do that. Because you know what happened after this? The 96 to 2000 was good because they had the Mitsubishi engine. That is a big plus. You know, if you know the little quirks and don't mind working on a really hard car to work on, it's not too bad. But if after that, in 2001, when it came out 2.7, holy shit, I'll never touch one of those things, man. Even though they got better, forget it. 225 slant 6. What about that, Bob Eaton? Anyway, that's what I would have done, man. 225 slant 6 rear-wheel drive and manual transmission. And that bitch would have been quick, especially with some of the upgrades. That thing screams. Wouldn't believe it. So, I don't know. Up to them. I wish I was a CEO.